Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, from Larry Knight Field in Sumrall, Mississippi. It's time for area high school baseball action. As part of the Rex Adidas tournament, the Sumrall Bobcats playing host to the West Marion Trojans. I'm Kelly Sander, glad to be with you on this pleasant Thursday evening. Levi Odom on the hill for the Bobcats tonight. Let's go over the starting lineup. First of all, for the Trojans of West Marion. Josh Boone leads it off. He's playing center field, followed by the catcher, Colin Green. Jaden Duncan is batting third. He's the pitcher for West Marion. Mason Parrott is the cleanup hitter. He's playing third base. Then batting fifth is Miles Maladin, the right fielder. Trey Broom, the shortstop, bats fifth. Batting sixth is Andrew Singley, the first baseman. Batting eighth is Eli Street, the designated hitter, and then Jonathan Miller playing left field rounds out the order for West Marion. So it's Boone, Green, Duncan, Parent, Maladin, Broom, Singley, Street, and Miller for West Marion. We'll go over the Sumrall lineup for you, the batting order, when the Cats come to bat in the bottom of the first inning. Levi Odom is on the hill. Ethan Altman behind the plate for Sumrall. Andy Davis moving people around a little bit because of a little nagging shoulder injury to Hayden Norred. So Norred will be the designated hitter tonight. So in his absence, Marshall Phillips has been moved over to third. Landon Holloman will patrol the other side of the left infield. Holloman is at shortstop. Ty Little at second base, and then Cross Sibley, the left-hander, he'll play first base. And the outfield left to right will be Barrett, Rayner, and Dito for Sumrall. Sumrall and West Marion undefeated going into this game. The Bobcats scheduled to play again tomorrow night against the Hornets of East Central. They're out of Hurley, Mississippi. So now the Trojans from Foxworth, where longtime football coach Brad Duncan just announced his retirement from West Marion, and they don't get much better than Brad Duncan as a coach and as a man. We salute him tonight. Levi Odom rocks and throws the first pitch, and it's inside, ball one. Sumrall Bobcat Baseball powered by Dandy Dan's with 2 locations to serve you in Bellevue and in Sumrall. Open early with a full selection of coffee and gasoline, ethanol and non-ethanol types. There's a strike, 1-1. The scoreboard tonight in Sumrall not working as half of the town is without power. There was a transformer that was blown this afternoon in Sumrall. They're working feverishly to get that transformer fixed, but the scoreboard fell victim to that. So we'll have to keep you apprised as best we can. That pitch was high. It's 2-1 to the leadoff hitter, Josh Boone, the center fielder for the Trojans. Levi Odom kicks and delivers. There's strike 2 on the corner. 2-2 now to the leadoff hitter for West Marion. Christy Martin has checked in. She's watching on YouTube down in Folsom, Louisiana. You can check in as well at 601-310-7077. Let us know where you're watching from and who your favorite Bobcat is. 2-2 pitch is low, 3-2. So the count goes full to the leadoff hitter with Colin Green, the catcher, on deck. No wind to speak of. 325 down the left field line, 305 down the right. Swung on, here's a chopper toward third. Phillips has it inside the line, throw over to first in time for the first out of the game. Boone is out on the 5-3 putout. 1 up and 1 down, and here comes the catcher, Colin Green.
Catcher, Colin Green.
Levi Odom won his last outing on the hill. Brings a lot of experience and versatility to the Sumrall team. He has played both at Forest County AHS and at Sacred Heart the last couple of years. First pitch to Green is a fastball strike right down the tube. The infield for Sumrall has shifted a little bit around to right field, so they're going to give him the pull field, which in this case is left. Barrett will have to patrol that area all by himself as Rayner shifts a little bit to the right side. Swung on, here's a little tapper foul. Wide of third. So 0-2 now. We talked about all the Odom boys whose names begin with L, and I couldn't come up with the last one, and it was Lanny. I kept leaving out poor little Lanny. So we made sure that we included Lanny. And brother Levi's got an 0-2 count here. And there's strike 3 on the corner. He got him on strikes, an off-speed bender that just nibbled the corner for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down. And here's Jaden Duncan now. And he is the starting pitcher for West Marion. Now you want to talk old school uniforms. I love these socks for West Marion. These are the old stirrups with the with those white stripes across the middle. Those probably were most popular back in the, oh gosh, early to mid 1970s. There's a check swing foul that gets over to the Sumrall dugout. Bobcats obviously in their yellow tops with white pants, blue hats. Really sporting all of the school colors in this one uniform. Again, no scoreboard. You won't see a scoreboard tonight unless they get that power outage fixed before the end of the night. Thank goodness that the lights are on here at least. Odom delivers the 0-1, swing and a miss. Took something off of that one. All the more important that Odom is now in a Sumrall uniform because of the shelving of Norred. Norred probably will be limited as far as his throwing goes for the next couple of weeks. But this Sumrall team is so deep pitching-wise. Odom rocks and delivers the 0-2. Swung on. This is a drive down the right field line, but twisting foul. Hit the top of the fence, almost got into the Bobcat bullpen down there. Sumrall and East Central, the Hornets. East Central has a terrific athletic program. They're strong in every single sport. That's the opponent tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Hope you can be here in person. If not, on the YouTube channel here at Sumrall Athletics. Odom with a shrug of the shoulders, delivers the 0-2. Swung on, a little pop, easy pop towards second. Little eyes it and has it for out number 3.
Well, West Marion in the top of the first.
The Trojans go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Bobcats come to bat in the bottom of the first. No score. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. So let's take a look at the Sumrall batting order. Hayden Barrett leads it off. He'll be followed by Ty Little. Marshall Phillips batting third. And then the designated hitter, Hayden Norred. Norred swinging it for Landon Holloman, who's defensively the shortstop tonight. Levi Odom batting in that 5 spot. Then comes Cross Sibley hitting 6th. Altman hitting 7th. Cade Dito hitting 8th. And then Hayes Rayner 9th. So that's the Sumrall offensive attack. Barrett, Little, Phillips, Norred, Odom, Sibley, Altman, Dito, and Rayner. Glad that you're with us on this Thursday night, the first night of the Rex Adidas tournament. Other schools around the area hosting home games tonight, as is Purvis. Earlier tonight here, Petal defeated PCS. I think the final was 15-3 in that game. PCS just its second loss of the year, and of course Petal has been beaten twice by these Sumrall Bobcats. Don't forget our text number here in the booth is 601-310-7077. Want to thank our sponsors, Rainforest Car Wash, for their support of our webcasts this year. Also, Recommended
Left fielder, Hayden Barrett.
Collision Repair. Rec with a W. If you find your car in bad need of a repair, maybe you got a foul ball in the windshield or on the hood, Recommended. Lincoln Gatwood and his staff will help you out. Also, Casey Long's Alpha Insurance Agency. Thanks for their support. Hayden Barrett leads it off now. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. The flame-throwing right-hander, Jaden Duncan. Pitches inside to Barrett, now 1-1. You can see why the Trojans are so good. Swing and a miss. To Hayden Barrett playing left field. Duncan is just loading up fastballs and bringing them. That's upstairs now, 2-2.
2-2 the count.
That's high, 3-2 now. The count fills to Barrett, the leadoff hitter, with Ty Little on deck. Won't be long before Sumrall gets into district play. Payoff pitch here. Too high, ball 4. And Barrett does his job
Second baseman, Ty Little.
in getting on base. Next weekend, Sumrall will be in another tournament. They'll play at Jones College next Thursday night. And then they'll go down to Biloxi High School and play on Friday. So they're going to get to do some traveling next week. The Bobcats hosting the Adidas tournament this week. Ty Little comes to bat now. Runner going, first pitch, throw down to second base in time, but could not hang on to the throw. So Barrett is there. Again, the throw was there in time, but Trey Broom, the shortstop, could not hang on to the throw. Colin Green, the catcher, threw a missile down there, and Broom just could not hang on to it. So Duncan comes set. That pitch is low. Ty Little has a 1-1 count, and Little is a switch hitter, so against the righties he'll bat left-handed, which is his preferred approach is from that left side. Something off speed there is inside, 2-1. But of course can turn around and bat right-handed against the lefties. Barrett doesn't have to go anywhere at second base. The 2-1 pitch is a strike on the corner, 2-2. Marshall Phillips on deck as Sumrall bats here in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Levi Odom retired the Trojans in order in the top half. Took something off of it, and that's a liner with soft contact down the first base line, foul, so the count remains 2-2. Ty Little, who made a lot of use of the COVID layoff. Really hit the weights hard. Made a makeshift gymnasium at his house. And swing and a miss. He's out on strikes. One away, and here comes Marshall Phillips now. Marshall, a member of the football team at Sumrall. Duncan checks the runner and brings an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Now, the base running wisdom here is if Phillips hits something to the right side, that is to say second base, first base side, then Barrett would be moving. Otherwise, this is a high fly ball being tracked in right, and the catch is made. It's deep enough to where Barrett can tag and advance to third. So Phillips flies to right. There's 2 away, but Barrett advances. And why that's important is because now a passed ball or anything like that could score him from third base. So 2 away, and here's Norrid. You have an experienced catcher back there in Colin Green. First pitch coming is off speed and there for a strike. Trying to brush Norrid off the plate a little bit. They've all year long tried to bust him inside, swing and a miss at a pitch he was way out in front of. So Jaden Duncan ahead in the count here, 0-2. 2 outs, runner on third, bottom of the first, no score. Norrid with that right foot way on that back chalk line, if you will. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes he goes, and so too for Sumrall. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've completed 1 here at Sumrall tonight. No score. You're watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's, also sponsored by Real South Hunting and ComSouth for your business communication needs. Since the 1980s, ComSouth on the Highway 42 bypass, proud to support Sumrall Bobcat Baseball. The scoreboard during the season, scores of other games, sponsored by Java Mo's. You don't even need to get out of that car for a cup of joe. Just drive to your drive-thru at your favorite Java Mo's with their new location in Poplarville, right across from the PRC campus on Highway 11. And pitching changes brought to you by Stacy Clark, State Farm Insurance Agency in Prentice. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Here's Mason Parrott now to lead off the second inning. He's the third baseman for West Marion to face Levi Odom. No wind at all to speak of tonight. Odom will go from the full windup with nobody on base. First pitch, swing and a miss. The Trojans in their black tops with those old English numbers. Rather Boston Red Sox-ish. Second pitch is low, 1-1. When Odom gets that confidence, he tends to be a really quick worker. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, here's a chopper toward third. Phillips will glove it, set his feet, and make the easy play for out number 1. Phillips made the first out last inning on the 5-3 and guns down Parrott here on the 5-3. So here's Miles Malladin, the right fielder. A lefty here. And he'll be followed by Trey Broom, the shortstop. No score, and I'll be trying to bring you the score more often tonight again because the scoreboard is not working. This is a little lazy fly, lifted out toward left. Barrett coming on. Nobody will get this one. It drops for a base hit. Holloman did all he could racing out from shortstop. So did Barrett coming in from left field, but it was just into no man's land and dropped for a base hit. So an opposite field single for Maladin. And here comes Trey Broom, the left-handed hitting shortstop. So a one-out single. And here's Broom hitting sixth in the order for Coach Derek Jerkins. Odom now comes set. Phillips in on the edge of the grass, anticipating a potential bunt. That pitch is high, ball one. The Bobcats tend to start slow, and then offensively I'm talking about, and then tend to pick up steam as the game goes on. Again, the outfield playing Broom to go the other way just slightly, so Rayner shaded toward left. Swing and a miss. Karen and Emily Thompson are watching. Go Bobcats with their blue and yellow hearts. Miss Karen, I want you to know that my outstanding producer, Jeremy Thompson, over here to my right, was eating his media dinner while I'm working. He's sitting there wolfing down some great dinner, and I have to wait. I have to wait. Odom checks the runner at first. Here it comes. On the corner, strike two. That was a fastball. Now Rayner plays him straight up behind the bag at second base. So everybody in traditional locations now. Phillips moved back after two strikes, knowing they're not going to bunt now with two strikes and with one out. The pitch. That gets away. Down to second base goes the throw by Altman, but Maladin was already there. So the Trojans have a man in scoring position, and Miss Karen texted in, German, she said, I'm so sorry, I raised him better than that. No, he's entitled to do that. He just swung on. This one's lifted foul and out of play to the left. Actually, he certainly does deserve to have his dinner because Jeremy does all the work much earlier than the game to make sure all this high fancy tech equipment is set up and working properly. So once he does his job, then he can just kind of kick back. And that's when I go to work. Here's the two-strike pitch. Again, a foul ball into the screen. The runner at second is Maladin. There's one out here in the top of the second inning. And a good at-bat so far here by Trey Broom as he is burning some pitches on the arm of Levi Odom. The Sumrall Bobcats undefeated on the year under first-year coach Andy Davis. He's the first-year head coach. He's been on staff here for a while. We've got some onlookers in the right field executive lounge over there, and in the left field suite out there, there's 4 or 5 people. Here comes Odom's pitch, took something off of it. Altman framed it and thought he had strike three. But 2-2 the count. Boy, Altman held it there for a long time. Like, are you sure? Sumrall fans certainly know their baseball. So 2-2 to Trey Broom, the shortstop. Odom checks the runner. Swung on. This one is lifted foul. That'll get over into Miss Shirley's yard.
Full count.
2-2. 2-2 is the count.
Correction, 2-2.
And again, a good at bat here by Broom. Even if he doesn't get on base, he has forced the pitcher to throw a lot of pitches. The 2-2 from Odom got him on strikes. with a fist pump there by Odom. 2 away, but again, if you're a West Marion fan, that was not a bad at-bat. He didn't reach base, but there was some casualty, and that was a lot of pitches on the arm of Levi Odom. And here's Andrew Singley, the first baseman, swinging it from the right side. So now Malin at second base will be off and running with any contact. Odom checks him and then comes to the plate. First pitch, check swing in there for strike one. Boy, you can pretty much, even if you didn't know what position a lot of these guys played, you can pretty much tell by their physiques, at least the first baseman. You can usually tell who the first baseman or the catchers are. Those are usually the guys that if they play 2 sports, they're also the defensive tackles, you know, or the fullbacks, right? Not necessarily the case in Sumrall's situation, as Altman is more tall and angular, but pickoff play at second, runner back in time. Perfect throw by Odom, and Holloman was there to slap on the tag. Landon Holloman's uncle watching tonight on the YouTube feed at Sumrall Athletics. Boy, Landon Holloman, I just think, particularly defensively, that kid's a player. That kid can flash some leather at shortstop. Here's the pitch. Took something off of it. And Odom ahead in this count now, 0-2. West Marion batting in the top of the second inning, no score. Runner at second base with 2 away. Tell you what, you got to hand it to Andy Davis. He's playing tough teams. He's not afraid to load the schedule up with some toughies. Here's the 0-2. Swung on a little high chopper that Odom will take, and he will step on first himself and retire the side. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning here at Sumrall. It's no score. Bobcats coming to bat in the bottom of the second in the moment. You're watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball powered by Dandy Dan's. Kelly Sander with you on a Thursday night. Man, what a beautiful night it is for some baseball. Last year at this time, my allergies were just killing me, but got those under control. Got my second COVID vaccine shot a couple days ago. So, Lord willing,
Lead off the bottom of the second for the Bobcats.
we'll be kicking for a while. Levi Odom leading it off here in the bottom of the second inning. He'll be followed by Cross Sibley and then the aforementioned Ethan Altman. It's a privilege for me to be the voice of the Bobcats and look forward to each and every game, football and baseball. First pitch from Duncan is an off-speed pitch that's high, ball 1. Levi Odom hitting 5th in the order. The 1-0 pitch. That's low, 2-0. Coach Davis's mom and dad are watching their favorite team, the Sumrall Bobcats. Huey and Judy, there's a swing and a miss. Huey and Judy Thompson are watching from Sumrall. There's strike 2. 2-2 now. Thank you, Huey and Judy. 2-2 pitch. Swung on. This one is lifted to center field. Hit well, moving back toward the gap in right center, and it is caught. And right at the warning track, The momentum carried the center fielder, Josh Boone, back to the warning track. Odom gave it a ride, but it's just a long, loud out. So one away, and here's Singley. Cross Singley, called KROS. First pitch is a strike on the corner. And when you look at Singley, the first thing you notice is this is a guy that does not skip leg day. Strike 2 on the check swing. Singley behind in the count now, 0-2. And we've talked about before, when you're a pitcher, you better not skip leg day. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Singley out on 3 pitches. 2 up and 2 down. And it'll be up to Ethan Altman. Altman hitting 7th in the order. Miss Anita is watching, Anita Sumrall watching from the softball game. Go Cats. First pitch to Altman is a strike. Boy, Jaden Duncan is just rearing back and throwing pellets in here. The 0-1 pitch. Took something off of that one, and there's strike 2. Altman in an 0-2 hole. You see West Marion, a good baseball team led by the pitching staff. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3, a fastball on the outside corner. And just like that, the Bobcats are up and down. They have struck out 4 times tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've completed 2 in Sumrall. No score between the Bobcats and the Trojans. We'll be back for the top of the 3rd. In a moment, you're watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Back in Sumrall tonight, Levi Odom taking his warm-up tosses. He will face hitters 8, 9, and 1. Eli Street, Jonathan Miller, and then back to the top of the order with Josh Boone. Landon Holloman's Aunt Tracy is watching tonight from the 601 area code. Glad to have Aunt Tracy along. And like I was saying, I've been in the Bobcat Nation, so to speak, some 3 or 4 years now, and have not had a chance to talk at length with Landon Holloman, but gotten to see him play. And defensively, man, he is
leading off the top of the 3rd for the Trojans. Designated hitter Eli
tough as nails, particularly that shortstop position. He has terrific body control. Here's Eli Street. Righty versus righty, the matchup here. Levi Odom gets back to work here in the top of the 3rd inning. He rocks 2 or 3 times and brings it to the plate. First pitch is high and inside, ball 1. Raymond and Truvy McRaney watching from Sugar Ditch, Mississippi. There's a strike. What county is Sugar Ditch in, you guys? You think that'll show up on GPS? Is that near Gum Pond? I don't know if Sugar Ditch is near Gum Pond. Not if the Gum Pond is sugar-free Gum Pond. There's a strike on the corner. No, Raymond, you're kidding us, right? Sugar Ditch, really? Odom ahead in the count here to the leadoff hitter, the designated hitter, Eli Street. He is swinging the bat for the second baseman, Cole Crozier. Top of the 3rd inning, no score between the Trojans and the Bobcats. Odom again to the plate. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for out number 1.
left fielder Jonathan Miller.
Pat Russell is watching from Sumrall. Go Bobcats. That's from the 601. Also from the 601, Aunt B is a big fan of Hayden Barrett. Here's Jonathan Miller now. Swung on, a little roller down first base line. This ball is fair. Flip to the pitcher, Odom, who gets there by a step. Wow, that was a close play. And Singley's job is to field that ball and tell Odom to keep coming. And he did. So the second quick out. 2 up and 2 down. We go back to the top of the order. Aunt B says, let's go, Hayden. I wonder if that's not the same B from Mayberry, is it? I don't think it's that Aunt B. Of course, a couple guys in the press box probably don't even know who I'm talking about. Okay, all right. Josh Boone now, it's his second at bat. He grounded to Phillips his first time up. We got an old-fashioned pitcher's duel going here between Levi Odom for Sumrall and Jaden Duncan of West Marion. No score here, top of the third inning. Bases empty, 2 outs. Boone, the center fielder, who made a really nice catch on a ball that Levi Odom hit last inning. Here's a shot up the middle, base hit. So a 2-out single by Boone has him at first base. And here comes Colin Green. Now, Raymond McRaney has texted back in, you guys, and said that Sugar Ditch is on the other side of Gum Pond. Did you know that, Jeremy? You just guessed that? Okay. Colin Green struck out looking his first time up. We'll see how aggressive the Trojans want to play this. I had mentioned earlier that you got to really credit Andy Davis for playing some of these tough teams. West Marion undefeated. We mentioned East Central. The Hornets are always good in every sport they play. And those are the 2 teams that Sumrall is playing here in this tournament. Off-speed pitch. You know, it'd be easy to, especially if you're hosting a tournament, to fatten up the wins with, you know, maybe some weak sisters, but not so here. Iron sharpens iron, and the Bobcats undefeated. And, of course, it could have already been scheduled last year. I mean, Larry Knight may have scheduled these games already. The ink may have been dry as early as last year. So back at the ranch, Colin Green here, waiting to get some attention from Levi Odom, who's been paying a lot of attention to Josh Boone. Swung on. This one is lifted out of play down the right field line. An unsuspecting fan coming in from down there wasn't even looking and almost got conked on the head. Even had she been hit on the head, though, she was wearing a mask. So a lot of good the mask would have done her, right? If she'd have gotten conked right on the head. Odom checks the runner, kicks and delivers. Runner going. Throw by Altman down to second base on a hop. Into center field. Boone takes off towards third, and he will advance. So he's there with 2 away. And we'll see if Colin Green has anything for Levi Odom. And when you talk about teams of this caliber, 1 run might be the difference. Righty versus righty, the matchup here. Odom to the plate. There's a strike. 2-2 now the count. To the hitter, Colin Green. Should he reach, then the West Marion pitcher, Jaden Duncan, would come up to bat. 2 outs here in the top of the third. No score between Sumrall and West Marion. Round 1 of the Rex Adidas tournament. Here comes Odom's pitch. Breaking ball. He got him on strikes. Had him fooled. That's twice now that Green goes down on strikes. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Sumrall and West Marion are scoreless. You're watching Sumrall Bobcat baseball powered by Dandy Dan's. Cade Dito, Hayes Rayner, and Hayden Barrett. 7, 8, and 9 to face Jaden Duncan here in the bottom of the third inning. A beautiful Thursday night here in Lamar County. Oh, wow. A little careless whisper by Wham. Kudos to Cade Dito. Newfound respect for Cade Dito. His first at bat of the evening against Jaden Duncan. First pitch, high, ball one.
Right fielder, Cade Dito.
Boy, just for picking that walkout song, he deserves at least one base. Swung on, here's a high rainmaker being tracked in right field and hauled in for out number one. So Dito is a two-pitch out, and here's Hayes Rayner. Rayner, one of two left-handed hitters in the lineup tonight for Andy Davis. Duncan's pitch is a laser right down the middle for strike one. The Bobcats have not seen anybody this year that throws this hard. There's strike two. He's got to be tipping it. He may not be sitting at 90, but he's tipping it at 90, I'll bet. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on. Here's a drive to right field. That ball is over the head of the right fielder, Maladin, and Hayes Rayner with a shot to the right field corner with one out. It's a double with one away. And here comes Hayden Barrett. Of course, if you take physics class, you know that the faster it comes in, the faster it goes back out. And Rayner was sitting dead red on the fastball, and he ripped it to right field. So here's Hayden Barrett, who walked his first time up and wound up being stranded at third base. First pitch to him is a foul into the screen. Southern Miss beaten last night by Mississippi State. They'll head to Jacksonville State. That is in northeast Alabama. The Gamecocks. That pitch is low, 1-1. Then the weekend after that now, the Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette will come in here, and they beat Louisiana Tech this past week. So it doesn't get any easier for the Eagles. 1-1 pitch. That's low, 2-1. Ty Little is on deck. The Rawlers making some noise here in the bottom of the third inning. A runner at second with one away. It's all about ball in the raw, y'all. Took something off of it, and there's a strike. Two and two the count to Hayden Barrett. Duncan is a quick worker as well. Gets the sign. Here it comes. Too high, 3-2. Barrett's on base percentage, still a little bit early in the year to be getting detailed statistics, but his on base percentage has got to be the highest on the team. He either walks or gets hit by pitches. He is on almost every time. There's strike 3. Barrett out on strikes. A called strike. So 2 away, and it'll be up to Ty Little, who struck out swinging his first time up. So now Rayner will be going on anything hit. First pitch from Duncan is a strike. And I mean a dart right down Broadway. And it is a little bit overwhelming when you see a pitch coming in there that fast, because it's all about reaction time. And when you're not used to seeing a pitch in those upper 80s and maybe tipping 90 every once in a while, you have to decide quickly whether you're going to go for it or not. 1-1 the count to Little. Outside 2-1. Bottom of the 3rd inning, no score between Sumrall and West Marion. Good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Jaden Duncan and Levi Odom going at it. Little ahead in the count and just poked it foul. 2-2 now. The count to the Sumrall second baseman with Marshall Phillips on deck. Major League Baseball getting started April 1st. Here's the 2-2. Foul again into the screen. And then we're told that once the major leagues get started, then the minor leagues will have their spring training. They'll start their spring training on April 1st, which this is just going to still be kind of a mess this year. The 2-2 pitch again from Duncan. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Hayes Rayner is stranded at second base. So for Sumrall in the bottom of the 3rd, no runs on 1 hit, there were no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 3, still no score between West Marion and Sumrall. You're watching Bobcat Baseball on YouTube, powered by Dandy Dan. So we go to the top of the 4th inning in a game that is zipping right along, as you'd expect, with a couple of pitchers on top of their games. Levi Odom will face hitters 3, 4, and 5, the meat of the West Marion order. Jaden Duncan, Mason Parrott, and Miles Maladin. As James Brown on the sound system here.
Being sponsored by the Family Practice After Hours Clinic and the First Bank.
Duncan popped out to Little at second base in his only other at bat.
Pitcher Jaden Duncan.
The Trojans of West Marion out of Foxworth. First pitch from Odom is a strike on the corner. Other schools in that system include East Marion, the Eagles, which is on the other side of Highway 98, the 0-1 pitch. Inside 1-1. Then the City of Columbia School District has the Columbia Wildcats, and then there's Columbia Academy, the Cougars. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball missed. 2-1 to the leadoff hitter, Jaden Duncan, here in the top of the 4th inning. See, I like baseball games like this. There's a lot of people that don't. You know, they like that scoring, and I like where strategy's involved, where you might have to produce a run or two. Swung on. Here's a high infield pop-up. Marshall Phillips trying to track it and comes back to his left to make the catch. It looked like he was stumbling and stammering, but the problem was the ball was hit so high it went outside the coverage of the lights, and Marshall didn't know where exactly it was until it came down back inside of the lights, and then he had to react accordingly. So one away, and here's Mason Parrott, who grounded to Phillips his last time up. First pitch is an off-speed bender in there for a strike. Levi Odom has been a valuable asset and an addition to this Sumrall team. Another breaker and another strike, and especially with Norrid maybe on the shelf for a week or so, and playing potentially now 3 days in a row. Additional pitchers to be used. Swing and a miss. Parrott up and down on 3 straight pitches. 2 up and 2 down, and here's Miles Maladin. Maladin has one of the 2 hits that West Marion has. He singled in his only other at bat and was stranded at second base. Josh Boone, the center fielder, has the other one. 2 singles is all that Odom has allowed. There's a strike. He's been masterful tonight with the off-speed, has Odom. And he has worked the off-speed and mixed it in well with the fastballs right there. But that one was a little off the mark. Base is empty, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Still no score between West Marion and Sumrall. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Tell you what, though, I got to hand it to Maladin. He's got some flow back there. Got some locks hanging out of the back of that helmet. Looking a lot like Mike Peterson with that hair down there. The 1-2 pitch. Lifted out of play with the left side. That's another souvenir for Miss Shirley Haddock's front yard. People always say, you talk about Miss Shirley's yard. Yes, she lives right across the street from the baseball field, just right there. Like some people search for golf balls. If you live in a golf community, Miss Shirley searches for baseballs. There's the strikeout. They'll clean this up, and that retires the side. Another strikeout. The Trojans go in order in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Through 4, Odom has struck out 6. Through 3, Duncan has struck out 6. That would certainly explain why we have no score. Here's Marshall Phillips.
Third baseman, Marshall Phillips.
Phillips flew out to right field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Bobcat Baseball brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Stacy Clark. Find out how you can save on your premium dollars. Pitch is high, ball 1. By bundling your auto, home, and life insurance. Stacy Clark in Prentice had 2 kids come through the Sumrall baseball program. That's inside 2-0. Sully and Sam and her State Farm Insurance agency is in Prentice. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We thank Stacy Clark for her support. That's low and inside. 3-0 to Marshall Phillips. Boy, would this be big for Phillips to get on base to lead off the inning. And there he goes on 4 straight pitches. Marshall Phillips is on base, and here's Norred, who was not a threat in his first at bat. Struck out on 4 pitches in his first at bat, so he would like to get a better look at Jaden Duncan this time. Phillips can fly at first base. Just a terrific athlete. Breaking ball is outside, ball 1. They play Norred to pull ever so slightly. His back foot is right on that back line of the right side batter's box. A 1-0 pitch. There's a strike on the inner part of the plate. 1-1. Sumrall batting in the bottom of the 4th. No score. We're scheduled for 7 here as round 1 of the Rex Adidas tournament. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball on the corner for strike 2. Jaden Duncan, just a terrific pitcher for the Trojans. The Columbia-Dixie Youth Program has had its share of really good teams throughout the years. If I'm not mistaken, there was one Columbia team that may have won a Dixie Youth World Series not too long ago. Norred down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight, and that registers the first out. So here's Levi Odom, who flew to deep center field. And you might think, well, wouldn't that have been a place to lay a bunt down for Norred? But remember, he's the cleanup hitter. And lots of times, it's almost sacrilege to make that number 4 hitter put down a bunt. But we'll see how this game ends, but 1 run might be the difference. Number 5 hitter now is Odom. He swings and misses the fastball. Cross Sivley is on deck as the Rollcats bat here in the bottom of the 4th. Took something off of that one, gets away from the catcher. Phillips flies down to second base. Throw is in time, but he beats the tag. The throw was a little bit to the shortstop side, and Broom had to pick it and then swing it around to the second base side, and Phillips got in there just ahead of it. It was close, but safe is the call, and really not a whole lot of opposition from the defenders for West Marion. But it just took that slight hiccup from Green behind home plate. That's low. And now Green wants to go talk to Jaden Duncan. Java Mo's is a sponsor of Sumrall Bobcat Baseball. And again, you don't even have to get out of your car for your favorite cup of joe. Just go to the drive-thru of your favorite Java Mo's with their newest location in Poplarville, right across from the PRC campus on Highway 11. 2-1 the count to Levi Odom. Go ahead run at second base. Phillips is not forced. He doesn't have to go anywhere. To the plate. High, 3-1 to Levi Odom. Both these teams looking to stay undefeated. And now Duncan back off of the pitching rubber. And it's very slight, but he is laboring just a hair here in the 4th. Phillips with a leadoff walk. Norred struck out, and then advancing to second on a little bobble behind the plate. Swung on and fouled behind the plate, so the count fills now at 3-2. There's a big pitch coming up here to Levi Odom, who always makes that sign of the cross before he digs back into the batter's box. Coaches flash the signals, goes out to Duncan. Here's the payoff pitch. No, they'll go with the pickoff just to keep Phillips close. which that can be really problematic if you happen to make a bad throw there, and then Phillips gets to third. Then a sacrifice fly would score him with 1 out. So that wasn't to pick him off, it was just to keep him close. 3-2 pitch coming to Levi Odom. Swung on, here's a slow chopper to third. They're gonna have to hustle, and that's an error. E5. So Mason Parent could not come up with it. Runners at the corners now for Sumrall and 1 out. Checking the Javamos scoreboard, the Lady Cats of Sumrall have shut out Jeff Davis County in softball tonight, 15-0. Timeout on the mound. So again, congratulations to Sumrall's Lady Cat softball team, winners over Jeff Davis, 15-0. So the Trojans will have to figure out defensively how they want to play this. Sibley, a right-handed hitter, though he throws left-handed, and you've got a right-handed pitcher up there. He's an above-average runner, but he's not the fastest guy. I say that if he hits a ball crisply enough, he could be a double play candidate. But again, anything lifted to the outfield. Phillips is a trailblazer at third. He can really get down the line. Sibley struck out swinging his first time up. That is the last thing he wants here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th in this scoreless game. Duncan to the plate, swing and a miss. And there's some debate, whether pitchers and Sibley's one of the best in the state for sure. Swing and a miss. Ball gets by the catcher. And that with Liam Munn now running for Odom, getting down to second base. So that alleviates the double play. But Sibley looking at an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball on the corner, strike 3, and Sibley goes down on strikes.
Catcher, Ethan Altman.
That is 8 strikeouts now. And it's up to Ethan Altman with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th of this scoreless game. Duncan struck out 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 more here in the 4th. First pitch to Altman is outside. Altman was one of the strikeout victims in the second. He struck out Little and Norrid in the first, Sibley and Altman in the second, Barrett and Little in the third, and now Norrid and Sibley in the 4th. Low, 2-0. Should Altman reach, then Cade Dito with his Careless Whispers walk-up song would come up to bat. Sumrall batting in the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. 2-0 count to Altman. Swung on, foul ball. Out of play to the right side. Andy Davis, what a remarkable start as the head coach here at Sumrall, undefeated. And I dare say they're not going to lose many this year. There's a strike on the corner. 2-2 now to Ethan Altman. Duncan kicks, took something off it. Here's a drive to right field. This ball is well hit. That ball is way back, and it's at the bottom of the fence. 2 runs will score. Altman into second. He's being rounded to third. He is sliding into third with a 2-out triple, and the Bobcats lead 2-0.
Right fielder, Cade Dito.
That was a triple all the way, and I thought
courtesy runner, number 22, Brandon Harrison.
I thought that had a chance to get out of here. If there was that normal wind that goes out of Larry Knight Field, that would have been out of here. Brandon Harrison will run for Altman, but how about that? A 2-out, 2 RBI triple. There's a strike on the corner now to Cade Dito, who flew to right field his last time up. What a hit by Ethan Altman. That pitch is low, a ball and a strike. Sumrall batting in the bottom of the 4th inning, have plated the first 2 runs of the game. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Should he reach, then Hayes Rayner would come up. Rayner has a double to his credit tonight. Swung on and missed, and that retires the side. But Sumrall comes up with 2 runs.
One left. After 4 complete, Sumrall 2.
And at the end of 4, it's the Sumrall Bobcats 2, the West Marion Trojans nothing. You're watching Bobcat Baseball on the YouTube channel, powered by Dandy Dan's. (310-7077). And here is Trey Broom.
Lead off the top of the 5th for West Marion. Shortstop, Trey Broom.
Jersey number 4 on the mound, jersey number 4 at the plate. Odom versus Broom. Swung on, fouled out of play. Another souvenir from Miss Shirley's front yard. Sounds like a CBS situation comedy, doesn't it? Miss Shirley's front yard. You know? Old Glory in center field has been pretty quiet tonight. Just a wisp of a wind, if at all. Because Altman would have had a home run if there was any wind at all. Breaking ball inside. 1-1 now to the leadoff hitter, Trey Broom. So the bottom part of the order for Sumrall is the one making the noise tonight. Here's the 1-1. It's outside, 2-1. Rayner with a double, Altman with a triple. Those are the only 2 hits tonight for Sumrall. Swung on, there's a shot. Look at Phillips, fields it, throws to first. What a play by Marshall Phillips, going to his left in the hole. Had to execute the reverse pivot, going to his left, spins around, sets the feet, and throws Broom out.
First baseman, Andrew Singley.
Nice play by Marshall Phillips. I was just holding my breath when he made the throw, because he comes up with a great fielding play. And sometimes Marshall's nemesis is that throwing arm. It's a great arm, but sometimes it's a little bit wild. But that one was right on target. Great play by Marshall Phillips. And here's Andrew Singley. And it's weird that Cade Dito's song was that song by Careless Whispers, because when I saw the starting lineup here for West Marion, first pitch is outside, ball 1. this first baseman hitting now is Andrew Singley, and I thought, isn't that one of the members of Wham? But it's Andrew Ridgely, not Andrew Singley. There's a strike, 1-1. Boy, the West Marion folks did not like that call. Singley hit a comebacker to Odom his last time up, and Odom ran over to first base to step on the bag himself. That one's way outside. So 2-1. 1 out, bases empty here in the top of the 5th. Levi Odom, just out of habit, turned around and looked at the scoreboard and then noticed that it's not working tonight. Breaking ball. High. Oh, no, that's there for a strike. 2-2 now. Now Altman wants to talk it over with Odom. 2 balls and 2 strikes with Eli Street, the designated hitter, on deck. Eli Street struck out his first time. Well, this Sumrall team would have to get A's across the board for performance so far this year. 2-2 pitch, outside, 3-2. This pitching staff is really deep. They don't hit with a lot of power, but they're not going to need to under normal circumstances. And they seem to come through when they need to. So Odom, who has taken Singley to a full count here, does not want to put him on base. In fact, Odom has given up 2 singles tonight, and that is his first walk that he has issued. And I think he was sensitive to the fact that he had not walked anybody. Now, Singley, being a first baseman, runs well, but he's a first baseman. And no disrespect, but when was the last first baseman that won the base stealing title in the major leagues? First pitch here is up high, ball 1 to Eli Street. So Singley, the runner at first with 1 out, and Andy Davis wants to go chat with his pitcher. His trip to the mound brought to you by Stacy Clark, your State Farm Insurance agent in Prentice. Sumrall in action again tomorrow night against East Central. The Hornets of Hurley, the Hurley Hornets, also known as East Central. Game time again, 7 o'clock. And then probably again on Saturday. We'll have to wait and see how the brackets of this Rex Adidas tournament shake out. So 3 games last weekend, 3 games again this weekend, and then the battle at the beach next weekend, which will actually begin Thursday at Jones College. And then they'll play, I believe, South Panola next Friday down at Biloxi. Well, that's a trip for South Panola, isn't it? Odom checks the runner at first and brings the pitch. A little bit high. I think Odom thought it was there. Eli Street, the number 8 man in the order. Swing and a miss. 1-1. The count to Eli Street with Jonathan Miller, the left fielder, on deck. West Marion batting in the top of the 5th inning. Sumrall leading this game 2-0 on the 2-run triple by Altman. Swing and a miss. Street struck out in his only other at bat against Odom. Odom has racked up 6 K-burgers tonight. Looking to add Street to the list. The pitch. Inside, 3-2. No, check that, 2-2. Levi Odom comes set, kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, took something off of it, down he goes. For the 2nd time tonight. And that is 7 tonight for Odom, and here is Miller, who poked one down the first base line to Sivley, and Sivley underhanded it to Levi Odom covering the bag. That was back in the 3rd inning. Trojans batting here in the top of the 5th, trailing Sumrall 2-0. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Purvis is going to be a good baseball team again. Tony Farlow, they just named that field over there for him. Of course, the same district as Sumrall. Swung on, that was laced foul to the right side. 1-1. Oak Grove in 6A. Warriors not near as deep pitching-wise as they have been in years past. That's going to be an interesting division over there. 1-1 pitch, that bounces in there, but Altman keeps it in front of him. 2-1 to the number 9 hitter in the order for Derek Jerkins, Jonathan Miller, the left fielder. I think everyone pretty much agrees this year in the major leagues that the Tigers are the team to beat, right? Why is everybody laughing when I say that? Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count to Miller. Should he reach, then back to the top of the order, and Josh Boone. West Marion batting here in the top of the 5th. Odom looking for another K. Here's the pitch. This is down the right field line and foul. If a ball hit by a right-handed hitter that starts on the line, you can really bet that it's going to go foul because the spin of the baseball coming off of a right-handed hitter, off of the bat, is going to create a right side spin which will carry it foul. And that's exactly what happened there to Miller. So still 2-2 the count. Odom looking for his 8th strikeout. Here's the pitch. Outside, 3-2. So decision time for Derek Jerkins now. Does he start Singley? Well, yes, he certainly will. 3-2 with 2 outs. I was thinking there was 1 out for a minute. There he goes. Swing and a miss. There's his 8th strikeout. Levi Odom strands Singley at first. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Sumrall tonight. It's the Bobcats 2, the Trojans nothing. You're watching Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Jaden Duncan comes back out on the hill. Sumrall Baseball would like to thank ComSouth for their continued support of Bobcat Baseball. ComSouth in the business of business communications for some 40 years. Rainforest Car Wash on Highway 98. Don't let the pollen get the best of you or your car. Run it through Rainforest Car Wash. Recommended Collision Repair. We want to thank Lincoln Gatwood and his staff. Casey Long, Alpha Insurance Agency. Casey Long, one of the things you look for in an insurance agent is somebody that's been in the business a while. Casey Long certainly has. And you know they're going to be here for a while and they know what they're doing. And Real South Hunting. We thank Real South Hunting for their support. Halen Sanford from the booming metropolis of Scuba tonight, watching us on the web. Oh, Halen Sanford was a pretty good one, wasn't he? Well, he still is, but in a Sumrall uniform we're talking about. Hayes Rayner, Hayden Barrett, and Ty Little come to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. 9-1-2. Rayner doubled his first time up. Here's a high pop-up. I don't think it's going to be in fair territory, but it doesn't matter. Over in foul territory, making a snow cone catch, is Singley, the first baseman. I don't know what flavor it was. but it was definitely a snow cone, but it counts as an out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And here's Hayden Barrett. The left fielder. Barrett officially 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out. The Rawlers batting in the bottom of the 5th here, leading 2-0. And the scoreboard is working, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, do we have a rendition of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir singing Hallelujah? The 1-1 pitch. Here's a chopper toward third. Gloved easily, throw to first is in time, and Barrett is retired on the 5-3 putout. 2 up and 2 down.
Second baseman, Ty Little.
And Ty Little comes to the plate. Little would like to get the ball in play. He has struck out twice tonight and certainly does not want the golden sombrero. Jaden Duncan and Levi Odom. Here's a chopper towards second. And booted at second base. That'll be an E4. The second baseman, Cole Crozier, should have made that play. So, but what counts is that Sumrall has a runner on base. He's there with 2 outs. And here's Marshall Phillips. Uncle Ernie has checked in tonight, saying, let's go Big Pug. Uncle Ernie is as much a part of Sumrall baseball as anything, isn't he? Here's a shot down the left field line. That ball is foul. Oh, my. The runners are still going, thinking it was fair. But quickly the umpire was down the line, and it was foul. It couldn't have been foul by more than probably 8 inches, but it was foul. So the call was correct. But Marshall Phillips yanked that ball down the line, and he'll have to come back and reload. So it just goes as a long, loud strike with 2 outs here. And Ty Little will have to rewind all the way back to first. So 0-1 the count to Marshall Phillips here in the bottom of the 5th, and 2 away. And that one is slapped foul. 0-2 the count. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Sumrall. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Trojans. Sumrall against East Central tomorrow night. We'll be back here on our YouTube channel. Thank you for so many kind words and wishes. Here's the 0-2. Tapped foul into the screen again. Again, it's a joy for me to get to do these games. And so many of you, and we only mention about a third of the comments that come in here on our text line at 601-310-7077. But so many kind words. Again, no wind. They're playing Phillips to pull slightly. The 0-2 pitch. That bounces. But Little will hold at first base. Now, if the game was 0-0, he might have taken off. But now with a 2-run lead, he holds. Andrew Knight starts to loosen a little bit. And is that civilly warming up down in the bullpen. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. But man, the way that Odom has thrown the ball tonight, I can't, and I don't know how many pitches he's thrown. Pitch count is certainly important. But civilly loosening and Andrew Knight loosening, should they be needed. Throw over to first base. Back in time. Should Marshall Phillips reach, then Norrid being implemented as the DH tonight, he would come up to bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Sumrall got 2 in the 4th. And would love to get another one, at least another one here in the 5th. The pitch to Phillips. Strike 3, and Phillips knew it. He was looking for a fastball and got the off speed and it froze him. So he strikes out and becomes the 10th strikeout victim for Jaden Duncan. So no runs on no hits. There was one error and one man left on base. Levi Odom comes back to work in the top of the 6th inning, and we'll have it for you when we return in a moment. This is Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Kelly Sander with you on this Thursday night in Lamar County at Larry Knight Field. Game 1 for the Bobcats in the Rex Adidas tournament. Levi Odom, who's got help on the way should it be needed. Sibley has loosened, and Sibley is actually in the bullpen now, loosening up, and Andrew Knight has come in to play first base.
Leading off the top of the 6th for the Trojans, center fielder Josh Boone.
So Knight, again, is at first base. So you might think with him in the game that he would go to Knight rather than Sibley, and that Sibley might get the call on the mound tomorrow night. First pitch swinging and fouling it into the screen. Boone has one of the 2 hits for West Marion. It was a single, his last at bat in the 3rd, and he wound up being stranded at 3rd. West Marion batting in the top of the 6th inning, trailing Sumrall 2-0. Pitch bounced in there. The 1-1 pitch. There's a strike. Beautiful off-speed pitch on the inside corner. So the defense for Sumrall has Phillips at 3rd, Holloman at short, Little at 2nd, and now Knight at 1st. The battery is still Altman and Odom. The outfield left to right, Barrett, Rayner, and Dito. The 1-2 pitch coming from Odom. Swung on. There's a shot towards 2nd. Little to his right, gloves it, throws to 1st, and it was down in the dirt. Knight can't scoop it, and it goes into the dugout. And E4. Little will be charged with an error. The runner goes to 2nd, and here's Colin Green, who has struck out twice. Bobcat fans certainly hope that one won't come back to bite them here. The 2nd error of the night for the Bobcats. So here is Green again. He is struck out looking twice. First pitch from Odom. The bunt down in the, they'll let the runner have 3rd. So the sacrifice bunt works.
Pitcher Jaden Duncan.
So runner at 3rd, 1 out. And here's Jaden Duncan, who has popped to 2nd and popped to 3rd. There's nothing more that Levi Odom would love here than a strikeout. But Duncan, the number 3 man in the order, is a tough man to strike out. And there's a base hit into left field. It's a 2-1 baseball game. That run will not count against Odom's ERA, as that was an unearned run as the runner reached via error.
Courtesy runner number 7, Tyler Aikens.
So Aikens, the runner at first now, with 1 out. And again, Andrew Knight has already been inserted at first base. One out here in the top of the 6th inning. Sumrall leads 2-1, and Andy Davis wants to talk it over. Singley has been warming in the pen. And again, Knight was loosening in between innings and is playing first base right now. You see him, he's the last one to the party there on the conversation on the hill. You would expect a great baseball game to be played by two great teams. Singley has now come out of the bullpen. Was that a call from the bullpen to insert him here? We'll see. He's looking to Coach Davis. Would that be the call for Singley to come in? Singley is coming into the game. So Holloman will come out of the shortstop position. We'll reset the table for you, but keep it right here as Levi Odom's night is done on the mound. But what a great performance he had tonight. The runner at first is his responsibility, but he struck out 8 and only gave up 3 hits. And Cross Singley comes on now. So Odom is done on the mound, so he'll probably go to third. Phillips will probably go to short. Little would stay at second. And now Norred has a glove. We'll see what happens. Now Knight has come out of the game. Andrew Knight is out of the ball game. None of the outfield has changed, but Cross Singley coming in to try to save this game. And again, this would be what you'd call a quality win for Sumrall, because West Marion is a terrific baseball team. You know, you don't think of West Marion as a baseball power, and traditionally it's not a school that has a rich baseball tradition, but as of late, they've been pretty doggone good last 2 or 3 years. So Cross Singley, the left-hander, he'll get one more, and then we'll resume play. The Trojans have a man at first with 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Sumrall leading this game 2-1. And Mason Parrott, who's a right-handed hitter, will face the left-handed throwing Singley. Parrott has grounded to third and struck out, but both of those were against Odom. So now Norred is at first. And as we suspected, Phillips goes to short, Odom to third. So Holloman and Knight have come out. Parrott is the cleanup hitter. Throw over to first base. That may be another reason why Singley got the call, is you've got a better look at that runner at first base in Aikens. And the next 2 hitters, Maladin and Broom, are both left-handed hitters. First pitch. Low, ball 1. To Mason Parrott. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Sumrall. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for West Marion. There's a strike. 1-1 now to Mason Parrott. P-A-R-R-E-T-T, which could be Parrott, but I wanted to make sure we got it right. He asked the fans, how do you pronounce it? They say parrot, like the bird. Swing and a miss. This would be a save situation for Cross Singley. Cross spelled K-R-O-S. This is a veteran infield now that Sumrall has on the field. Strike 3, a fastball on the inside corner. He gets Parrott on strikes.
Right fielder, Marion.
2 away, and here's Malladin now, who has singled and struck out. But now Sibley gets a look at a left-hander, and should Malladin reach, then Trey Broom, another lefty, would come up. So Andy Davis going with a left-handed arm against now a couple of left-handed hitters. Throw to first. They've got him in hot box. Aikens is in trouble here. They've got to try to execute, but he's out of the baseline, and that's the 3rd out. How about that? That's another reason why you bring Sibley in, because of that great move to first base. So they got 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and as it turns out, nobody left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Bobcats 2, the Trojans 1. You're watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Norred, Odom, and Sibley are the scheduled hitters. As you would expect in a game where pitchers have pitched well, we are an hour and 20 minutes into this game is all.
Lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Bobcats. First baseman, Hayden Norris.
And Norrid has just been totally befuddled, perplexed, whatever you want to call it, by Jaden Duncan. He has just not been able to figure out the flame-throwing right-hander swing and a miss. Duncan has mixed up his speeds, changed his locations, and Norrid, there's an off-speed pitch that missed. And you look at Jaden Duncan, he is a thick, strong, strongly built kid. Swing and a miss. Nord has struck out twice tonight and is 1 swing away from the you-know-what. The pitch, too high. 2-2, Sumrall batting in the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to extend a 2-1 lead. Andy Davis in the long sleeves down there at 3rd. Richard Broom at 1st. There, Nord got a piece of one into the netting right behind home plate. We're on the 3rd floor of the press box here in Sumrall at Larry Knight Field. We've got the best seats in the house. Swing and a miss. They'll throw to first base. And Norrid is out for out number 1.
Third baseman, Levi Odom.
So here's Levi Odom. He has flown to center and reached on an error. So he's 0 for 2. But he would stand to get the win as a pitcher, and that would be a big win. And 2 in a row for him to start the season. First pitch to him is a blazing fastball strike. I think I've mentioned this before, but you shake Levi Odom's hand, you better get ready, because it's like a vice grip. And I'm not really that tough of a guy, but I mean, it hurts when he shakes your hand. 1-1 the count to the Sumrall third baseman. There's a strike on the corner, 1-2. Jaden Duncan has pitched a terrific game. I mean, he's only given up 2 hits. That was a double and a triple. And the triple by Altman, there were 2 guys on base. So something that has exemplified the Sumrall season all year long is clutch, timely hits. The 1-2 pitch, too high, with Singley on deck. Sumrall batting in the bottom of the 6th, leading 2-1. Took something off of it, and the count goes full at 3-2. And I've said this before, not to put pressure on the boys, but I think at that level in 4A, I think the only team that can beat Sumrall is Sumrall. Foul tip into the mitt for out number 2, and strikeout number 12.
Pitcher across Singley.
If this score were to hold, Jaden Duncan's going to go home, and folks might say, how'd you do, Jaden? Well, I struck out 12. I was on fire tonight. Oh, so you guys won? No, we lost. Singley has struck out twice, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Singley has faced 8 pitches. Check that. He struck out 3 times on 9 pitches. So that's 13 strikeouts.
Sumrall 2, West Marion 1.
13. What a performance by Jaden Duncan. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go to the last chance, 7th for West Marion. It's Sumrall 2, West Marion 1. You're watching Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's. Cross Singley warms up now on the hill, and again, he would save it for Odom. And you talk about a quality win when you look at the statewide ratings. As Mike Peterson pointed out, West Marion and McGee are 2 of the top 3 rated teams in the 3A classification. The top 2 teams in the 4A classification are Sumrall and West Lauderdale. So you got to give Sumrall credit for not ducking really good teams. And so far, they've stood them up and knocked them down. And here's Miles Maladin. He has one of the 2 West Marion hits tonight. Or check that, one of the 3 hits, because Jaden Duncan had one last inning.
Lead off the top of the 7th for the Trojans. Right fielder, Miles Maladin.
So Maladin is the lefty. Broom coming up next, unless he's a switch hitter, is lefty. And then Singley's a righty. So lefty, lefty, righty to face Singley, who's a lefty. So Andy Davis, knowing that batting lineup for the Trojans, brings Singley in to try to put it away. That pitch nearly hit Maladin here, the leadoff hitter in the 7th. The line score 2-2-2 for Sumrall, 1-3-2 for the Trojans. Swing and a miss. The Sumrall outfield way around to the opposite field. So they don't think Maladin will get around on Singley if he hits it at all. 1-1 pitch. Oh, and that hit him. That's the last thing Singley wanted to have happen. Is a lefty hits a lefty. And here's Trey Broom now. Okay, now you're Derek Jerkins. Do you bunt him over here? And see, that's the great thing about baseball. You got two guys saying yes, another guy saying no. But again, lefty versus lefty is the matchup here. Broom has struck out and grounded to third. Odom is at third now, where Phillips is at short. Throw over to first, look out, and they got him! They picked him off. Now it doesn't matter, does it? How about that? The second time tonight, and this one is going to bring an argument from the West Marion dugout. And from our vantage point, I mean, it was bang, bang. I can't say one way or the other whether he was out or not. And one of the things that I've prided myself on the years, one way or the other, obviously you know who I'm cheering for, but I call it the way I see it either way. But it doesn't really matter. The umpires are the ones that are in control of the game. There's one out, bases empty. And I doubt Trey Broom is going to bunt now. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Bases empty, one out. Sibley trying to keep the neck loose and the shoulders loose. Here's the first pitch to Broom. Swung on, a little bouncer to second. Little will be more deliberate with this one. He had the time and throws him out. Another pitch, another out. 2 away.
Baseman, Andrew Singley.
Here's Andrew Singley. He has grounded to the pitcher and walked. He's 0 for 1. Sumrall on the verge of a terrific win against a quality West Marion team. Sibley winds. First pitch is low, ball 1. Should Singley reach, then Eli Street, the DH, would come up. So Sibley's got 3 righties in a row if it gets that far. The 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. And again, with Sibley only throwing 2 innings, you'd certainly think that he'd be available later Saturday if they needed him. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Levi Odom would stand to get the win, and again, Sibley would stand to get the save. His button's coming loose there on the shirt. 1-2. 2 outs, bases empty. Top of the 7th. Sumrall leads 2-1. That pitch is high and outside. 2-2. Bobcats doing what they need to do to win. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball down the middle, strike 3, ball game.
Final score, Sumrall 2.
Sumrall, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. West Marion, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Levi Odom. Cross Sibley gets the save. Our next action will be tomorrow night against the East Central Hornets. East Central out of Hurley. Game time scheduled for 7 o'clock. For producer engineer Jeremy Thompson, I'm Kelly Sanner. Thanks for joining us, and all of you that checked in on our text line. We'll see you tomorrow night. You've been watching Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, powered by Dandy Dan's.